Welcome to State Insurance USA Cares podcast, where we celebrate the heart of our communities. Each episode, we highlight local charities and nonprofits who are bringing hope, help, and healing to those who need it most. Get ready to be inspired by the amazing stories of people making a difference, because together, we care.
Well, hello, it is Gail Langner, and I'm with State Insurance Cares. Living in Southwest Florida, we're surrounded by water, by pools and canals and lakes and beaches and the Gulf. And while our beautiful weather and outside is great, it's what makes Florida special, for sure. It also makes water incredibly important, safety, for sure. Today, I'm with my new friend, President Terri Ballo of the Florida Drowning Prevention Foundation, and they are an organization dedicated to educating families and promoting water safety. And Terri, I'm so excited you could be on our podcast today. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Gail. I'm excited to be here today.
Well, when I was getting to know you, one of the questions that I asked you was what brought you to the Florida Drowning Prevention Foundation? And you started it, right?
Yes.
Was it your creation?
Yes.
Tell our listeners what happened, your personal story.
Sure. Well, I was living on Marco Island. I moved there in 1994. And in 1999, my daughter was 3.5, and I knew this little girl who was 2.5. So they were close in age. And she had been at an assisted living facility pool party. Her mom was a nurse there. And so they had families who went to this pool party, and she had the water wings on her arms. And so, the kids are fine when they have them on. The mom was leaving people, saying goodbye to people, and she had taken the water wings off and left her with a friend who was there and asked her to watch Madison. Well, when she came back into the house after saying goodbye to people, Madison was missing. And so everyone who was there went scrambling and looking for her, and sadly, she was in the bottom of the pool. So we all went, we had plenty of friends there, and we all went to her funeral, which was absolutely horrific. And yes, and having a child who was very close in age, it really hits home when you experience something like that. So at that point, that was 1999, I said to myself, I need to do something about this because no family should have to suffer this loss that is 100% preventable.
Right.
So it was a little bit of time. It was 2015 when we began a Kiwanis Club. And it was me, my husband, and two of our friends who are currently on our board, Chris and Chuck. And the four of us said, let's start a Kiwanis Club. And I said I wanted to make our main goal to prevent drowning. It came full circle, and I said, now I have the opportunity that we can really make a difference. So we did. And for 5 years, we worked at the Kiwanis Club and working to pay for swim lessons. We started buying door alarms, and we didn't get out as much with making presentations, but we were still out in the community and people were starting to get to know us, which was terrific. And we were paying for a decent amount of kids to learn to swim. The demand was getting so great that we said, I think maybe we should start our own foundation. And I think this is the way we're really going to make the impact. And so the four of us agreed, and we started Florida Drowning Prevention Foundation in June of 2020. And so since we began that, the foundation has really taken off because now we're just focused on drowning prevention. We all did join other Kiwanis clubs because we love Kiwanis as well. But we decided just to have this separate 501c3.
Tell me, you were talking about door alarms and things of that nature. Without me having small children any longer, and my grandchildren are also grown, that isn't even in. I'm not even thinking of that. Tell me some of the things that can help, parents and grandparents to help with this.
Yes. Well, we have a 18-month-old granddaughter who just started walking. And well, she started walking a few months ago, but she's been flying around the house
I was going to say not
and
walking, running. Right,
walking,
right.
and we're chasing her all over the place. So my thought process is, and as I watch her, she's tall and she can actually reach the handle of the sliding glass door.
Mm,
And I don't think a lot of people give babies enough credit as to what they can actually do.
right.
So for us, we have the door alarms that we actually give to families for free. Um, we have them on our sliding glass doors. And so when the grandchildren are over, we have others as well. When the grandchildren are over, we turn them on.
Hmm.
And we make sure that's the first thing we do because at our age, and you're right, as grandparents, we don't have baby fences up anymore.
Right.
The children don't live with us. So we don't have the baby fences, but we have to, number one, supervise. That is the most important portion of this is supervision. Secondly is swim lessons. Third would be baby pool fence, door alarm, knowing CPR. They're all layers of protection. And even though they are not our children, as grandparents, we have to be just as diligent as their parents.
Absolutely.
Um, yes, we have to be because the kids are fast and they're drawn to water. And it happens in seconds and it's silent. So, what we do at Florida Drowning Prevention is we provide scholarships for children to learn to swim. Um, Already this year in 2026, we've paid for 192 children to learn to swim.
That's great.
Yeah, it's really, I get swim scholarship applications every single day in my email. And about every 2 to 3 weeks, we approve swim scholarships. So to date, since 2015, since we began, we've just gone over the 2,000 mark. So we've approved over 2,000 swim scholarship applications. I would say 80% are in Collier and Lee counties,
Hmm.
and then the remaining 20% are all over the state.
Hmm.
My husband and I just visited a swim school up in Panama City, and she's a terrific young lady, and she has been referring people to us. And, we hit a lot of lower income families, but also middle class families.
Hmm.
So we have the state voucher system, but you have to be within a certain percentage of the poverty line. Um, and what we do is I think we really fill that niche of people who can't get the voucher, but don't know where else to get help to pay for swim lessons.
Hmm.
And
Where
then,
does
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Terry, go
No,
ahead
no.
with what you were saying. Where do they take their lessons? Like when I learned to swim, we moved
Mhm,
to a lake when I was a little kid, and so that was the first, and I didn't know how to swim because we lived in the city before that.
mhm.
And I went to the Y. That's where I
Yep.
took my swim lessons. Where
Yep.
do around here in Southwest
Mhm.
Florida, where can they get swim lessons?
Well, what we work a lot with Safe Splash Swim School.
Okay.
They're terrific, and it's an indoor pool, and they're in the LA fitness centers. So
Okay.
in Naples, they would go to the Vanderbilt Beach Road and 41. There's an LA Fitness there. In Fort Myers, they would go to Gulf Coast Town Center Mall. That's where the LA Fitness is there. In Cape Coral, they would also go to the LA Fitness there in Cape Coral. They also just opened one in Lakeland, and they've opened two in Orlando. We work with, outside of this area, we work with many other swim schools, private swim schools who are certified. The YMCA's, they have their own programs. So they either have members or non-members, but they also get their own funding that they use. So we don't really work with too many YMCA's.
Sure. Right.
And then a lot of them want you to physically be there to give the credit card, et cetera. So sometimes we have some logistic issues, but for the most part, we have a wonderful working relationships with many of the swim schools throughout the state. Here with Save Splash, they discount their swim lessons, first of all, for us. And then, second of all, we pay $210 and the family pays $40. And that is for 8 30-minute lessons. For the most part, they get one swim scholarship from us. If they are younger than 5 and they really can't get those self-rescue techniques, then we will approve a second scholarship. But that has to, the parent has to say, okay, yes, we want another one. The swim instructor will, test them and see what they can do. And then they let me know. And then if we feel they need another one, then we'll pay one more time.
I'm on the board of the Fort Myers Beach Chamber of Commerce, and I'm thinking of the resorts that have pools up and down the coast. Are they, do you educate them in any way? Or how would you even reach all of them? That would seem like it would be almost an impossibility.
It is just about, but that's why we work with people like you. And we try to get onto Comcast podcasts. I'm sorry. We try to get onto podcasts, and that helps us reach more people. We just did a podcast with Newell Property Management. We're happy to do that with any property management companies if they would like us to. Adoni Kokinos, he owns Newell Property Management, and he just had Rich and I on. And that was awesome because we were able to get out to 210 homeowner associations. And
That's wonderful.
yes, it is. And he's already gotten requests to put AED equipment at the pools. There have been several homeowner associations that want them. So that's awesome. So the more we get out, we do presentations. We have Facebook, Instagram. And so we try to get out through social media as well.
So before we go, I do want, obviously, you can donate on your website, right?
Yes.
Okay. What is your website before we?
It's www.fldpf.org. So, or Florida Drowning Prevention Foundation.org.
Okay. And then a phone number to reach you, would that be agreeable as well?
Sure. 239-919-2001.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know before we go, you have the Aqua Ball coming up. I'm so
We
excited
do.
about that in Naples. Explain to our listeners what that is, when it is, and so on, if you would, please.
Sure. We have our annual fundraiser, Aqua Ball. It is a dance party. And while we know that drowning is a very heavy subject, we make our fundraiser fun. We educate people at the same time. They understand all about it when they come to Aqua Ball. It is Saturday, September 26th at the Vineyards Country Club in Naples, and it's from 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. This year we have professional line dancers, so we'll have a good time dancing. We have live and silent auctions. We have a raffle for a piece of jewelry. And we have a really good time. Everyone loves coming. We ask everyone to dress in shades of blue. Our theme this year is Lives on the Line. So so we want everyone to dress in shades of blue. It's cocktail attire, or you can wear formal attire, whatever you'd like, but it's a really good time.
And can they sign up on your website?
Yes.
Is there a place on there? Okay.
Yes.
I can tell you that where I live here in Estero, I do believe that the people at my club think they are professional line dancers. I think they do.
Well,
Just
they can come out to Aqua Ball and have a good time line
Okay,
dancing.
there you go. I'll spread the news.
Please do.
Oh, Terri, thank you so much for joining today, and look forward to going to the Aqua Ball. And I'm thrilled you could be here today. Thank you for everything you're doing.
You're welcome.
I'm glad that when you were nudged to do something about this drowning that you ran with it. And I know it can't have been easy, and I know it probably is, still a lot of work, but I'm sure extremely gratifying. So thank you for joining today.
It is. Thank you so much, Gail. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us on State Insurance USA Cares. We hope today's story uplifted and inspired you. If you'd like to support or learn more about the incredible work happening in your community, visit stateinsuranceusa.com or call 239-567-9992. You can also visit CaboWaboGym.com. Until next time, be sure to let your sun shine and keep sharing good and positive vibes wherever the waves take you.